This is 7 National News. Here are the headlines. Ruler of Dubai attends signing of UAE-Italian Joint Economic Committee statement. New business opportunities for women in aviation sector. And massive Arizona fires continue to spread. And in our top story, Vice President and Prime Minister of the UAE and ruler of Dubai, His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum witnessed the signing of the final statement of the fourth session of the UAE-Italian Joint Economic Committee on Saturday, which was held in the Italian city of Verona. A memorandum of understanding between the two countries for cooperation in small and medium-sized enterprises was also signed during the session. UAE Minister of Economy Sultan bin Saeed Al Mansouri and Italy's Minister of Economic Development Paolo Romanian signed the statements in the presence of senior officials from both parties. Sheikh Mohammed graced the signing of the statement and said that it comes within the framework of the keenness of our leadership and government to establish economic alliances and strategic partnerships with various friendly countries, especially the major world economies. The joint statement contains a set of practical steps that promotes the desired cooperation, especially in the sectors of trade and investment, tourism, agriculture and financial services. And on the sidelines of the fourth meeting of the UAE-Italy Joint Economic Committee, the ruler of Dubai was crowned the winner of the first round of Europe's endurance race at Verona, beating around 70 European riders. Sheikh Mohammed led the UAE riders to the finish line of the 120-kilometre-long race at 6 hours, 19 minutes and 2 seconds, despite the tough, rainy and stormy weather conditions. Women investors in the GCC and Middle East regions now have better options for investments, as companies are beginning to recognise their significant contributions in the business world. A new joint venture in the aviation industry is calling on women to step forward and make their mark in what used to be a male-dominated sector. The International Project Management Investment, a Dubai-based company, entered into a partnership that will see investments in advanced technology within the UAE aviation industry.
Her Highness Sheikh Hind bint Abdul Aziz Al Qasimi, chairperson of the Emirates Business Women Council, expressed support for local investors, particularly women. Her Highness encouraged them to explore more challenging business ventures. Among these is the highly profitable aircraft seating and interiors project, which is the first of its kind in the region.
We have support from the government and they give us all the facility we needed. So we study, we training, we have everything. So what we waiting? And I think it's just the beginning for the Emirates women.
According to project officials, a marketing and support office will soon be established in the UAE, which will be fundamental to operations in the Middle East and North Africa. Thus, they say they are seeking investments from the region and are looking especially at female investors, whom they think are best suited for one of the most complex industries in aviation.
We want to give the women in this area a voice in the aviation industry. Now, not only a voice, but also their qualities, their sensibility in the sense of fashion, because aircraft seats are a fashion. They are changed because of market aspects, because of marketing aspects, because of customer preferences, and women are much better than men.
Sarah Mohammed from Al Bashair Investment Company is among the investors convinced of the project's viability with up to 30% return on investments.
Women are always ready in any good investment opportunities in this part of the world. Women have cash, and they look for exciting projects that they would want to be part of. Today, women are not just investing in the usual companies, the media companies, tailoring, and small groceries or supermarkets, or you have now women also investing in the aviation business.
The company plans to produce a full line of seats covering economy, premium economy, business, and first class for existing and new generation aircraft. With all the contracts signed and a total investment of 200 million euros, the joint venture is now ready for business. Khadija Sali, 7 National News.
Dr. Mohammed Al Zarouni, Dubai Airport Freezone Director General, met the Belgian ambassador to the UAE, Annick van Klaster, today and discussed ways of enhancing trade and economic cooperation between the UAE and Belgium. Dr. Al Zarouni reinforced the Dubai Airport Freezone strategy to attract international companies that add value to the UAE economy. He also emphasised the benefits offered by these companies by being a part of the free zone, considering that a vast majority of them target markets boasting a population of over 1 billion people. He also pointed to the large number of European companies currently operating out of the Dubai Airport Free Zone, constituting nearly 37% out of a total of 1,450 companies. He called the Belgian ambassador to encourage and create business partnerships between Belgian and UAE investors to strengthen the relationship between the two countries. The Filipino community is in celebration of their 113th Independence Day today. Over the weekend, various events were held in different parts of the UAE in observance of the Philippines' sovereignty. With over 600,000 Filipinos in the country, the celebration of liberty has become a major event. Apart from the traditional flag-raising ceremony, events and activities also include performances of traditional dance, as well as song numbers that reflect people's culture and way of life from the past until the present day.
Actually, it's all a different feeling, especially now when you're in a country like Dubai. You don't have your close ties or your close friends here, but any Filipino that you find in the street, any Filipinos that you find in the mall, yeah, you already feel that you're at home.
They say one man's junk is another man's treasure, and that rings true for one Ajman resident who spends his days collecting unwanted junk and turning them into treasured pieces. Marvish Khan spent a day with the UAE's Take My Junk team, from pickups to drop-offs.
Faisal Khan is met with a warm welcome as he rummages through people's unwanted junk, looking for hidden treasures. This social entrepreneur trawls the Emirates daily, collecting everything from clothes to furniture and distributing them to the needy. On this hot June morning, Kylie Galvin has called in Khan's team to help get rid of some of her stuff before she moves into a new home in the neighborhood. Faisal assesses the haul and decides he'll buy all of it.
I'm just very happy with him every time he comes. Even if things don't work, he still takes them and he has somebody who can fix things, gives them to the labourers, gives them to the family who, maybe don't have wonderful things like we have. So, no, very pleased to know him, very pleased.
Operating under the moniker of Faisal Used Furniture Trading, or the more expat-friendly Take My Junk, Khan's is a unique business model. He buys discarded items, often destined for the garbage dump, refurbishes and then sells them to lower-income homes. Much of the stuff also finds its way to labor camps. As Faisal's blue van rumbles into the second pickup site, he tells me the residents of this apartment have moved out and are already at the airport. His men have been asked to clear out the flat, a mishmash including a washing machine, wardrobes, and even plants.
Yeah, we take everything and we buy everything, and if we can give it away for free, we do. If we can sell it, we do. Whatever we could do. We have our own business model where we have to make some money, but in the process, I think a lot of people are winners in this situation.
The summer is a busy time for the Take My Junk team as people bid adieu to their time in the UAE, heading for new adventures. Rob Tilby, an expat, is now headed to Hong Kong. He's hoping to get rid of most of what he's collected over the past 3 years.
For me, it's a much better thing to give it to some people who are going to reuse it or distribute it on to charities than dump it to landfill or basically throw it down the road in clothing bins where I have no idea where it's going. I have no connection with the people who are actually doing the job. This at least feels like it's going in the right direction.
The last of Tilby's so-called junk is loaded into the van for a new lease on life. As evening descends, we find ourselves at one of the UAE's many labor camps, just off a dusty road. It's a familiar sight for the workers living here, and as Faisal's van assumes pole position, they all set off. So some of the stuff that was collected this morning around Dubai has made its way over to this labor camp in Ajman. And I think the pictures behind me speak for themselves. People are scrambling to find all kinds of free stuff.
It's quite chaotic, but at least a lot of the used furniture and items that were discarded in Dubai have finally found a new home here in Ajman.
Jostling for pillows, clothes, blankets, and tables, this scene is repeated once or twice a month.
I'm searching through everything. I found clothes, shoes, pots, and pants.
I'm looking for clothes and I'm going to load this box up with all the items I found here.
The fruits of Faisal's labor making a difference in people's lives.
There is a need, and the want is there as well. And so it's just a matter of bridging the two together, the people who are wanting the stuff and the people who are wanting to give the stuff. And so it makes me feel good.
And while the scavenger hunt continues, Khan tells me at the end of every night, it's all worth it.
At the end of the day, if it gives someone a smile on their face, it's worth it.
Mavish Khan, 7 National News.
And if you'd like to get in touch with Faisal, you can contact him at info@takemyjunkuae.com or SMS the team on 050-179-4045. And looking to news abroad now, firefighters scrambled to try and contain one of Arizona's largest fires in history on Saturday. Known as the Wallow Fire, the blaze has now grown to 430,000 acres. Officials blame winds and dry weather for the steep increase in size, and so far only 5% of the fire is under control, according to officials. Planes dropped the fire retardant as the hazy smoke began to stretch from eastern Arizona as far east as central New Mexico. Health officials are warning residents as far away as Albuquerque about potential respiratory hazards. And up next, we have the day's business news, so stay with us.